Me, raise your hand if you can hear me. Okay, good. All right, tiny snafu, not a big deal. Hold on, let me just make sure this is working. Yes, okay, let's try it again. Oh, we're already live, of course, because fuck me, right? Because fuck me. That's a great way to start the show. Hi, hey, whoa, whoa, ha. There we are. We could trim this up later. We'll just trim this up later. Hey there, party people out there in internet land. We got a special show for you tonight. We have a special guest. We're talking, we want to talk about all the flavors. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm very happy to have Mr. Nathan D. Ludwig with us, the president of Genreblast Enterprises and all things that are genre-y and blasty and whatnot. Welcome, Nathan.
Hello. That makes me sound way too important. So,
no, I don't know. What's going on, dude? What's up? Are you ready? Are you exhausted? Are you tired?
Yeah, I'm at that period where I'm ready for it to happen. Kind of like anything important. Having a kid, I wouldn't know what that's like, but
yeah, neither.
Having a wedding or something, I'm just ready for it to happen.
Right? Yeah, you just want it to go off.
Yep. So yeah, we're just in the whole promotion phase, getting all the logistics ready, getting everything to the Alamo, trailers and movies and all that stuff, and just I heard nominations might be an exclusive for you, Jeff. I heard nominations might come out tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Paul. Paul's saying hello.
Hey, Paul.
What's up, Aaron? How are you?
What's up?
Yeah, so like the title of this video says, we're going to talk about how awesome Genreblast is going to be this year. So it's going to be, I mean, like, man, you have 99 shorts. That's a lot of shorts.
A lot. That's probably the most we've ever done shorts wise. There's a ton of micro shorts, so it kind of makes up for it. So we have a lot of really short shorts this year, which are a ton of fun usually. So we program throughout the fest.
You know what's funny, actually, and I'm not a festival director, and I've never programmed a film festival, but
you should. You should.
Well, I like to help out, or do this or do that, but to sort of helm one would be quite the undertaking, and I wouldn't do it. I don't have, even though I go to the Alamo a lot, I don't have the type of rapport that you have with your Alamo, and I wouldn't do it unless I could do it at an Alamo draft house. So,
well,
that's my excuse.
Alamo in New York City, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's anything in LA and New York, just forget about it. Like, unless you're the president, you're not going to get into any of those things.
Well, we're at the Yonkers. We have the Yonkers Alamo, which is not, it's a great Alamo. Don't get me wrong. I've been seeing movies at that theater since the 90s. And then it changed from UA Movie Land when it closed down for a few years, and then it reopened as the Alamo Draft House in 2012, I think. And
I don't know how the New York City horror film, I mean, I'm sure they have money, but like it can't be cheap for the New York City Horror Film Festival to play at that theater either. You know what I mean?
That's a good theater too.
It's a nice theater.
Right in Chelsea. I've seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show there at midnight, and it's right next to the Chelsea Hotel. And yeah, no, it's that's a great place. That is a great little place. And I don't know how they do it. So as much as I would like to do it, I'm more focused on, I want to I love to support people and champion things, and that's a really important job, thankless job. But I want to make shit. I just want to, devote all my energy to just making shit all the fucking time. And I just don't think I'd be able to do what you guys do. Is just so incredible, and just I can't even imagine. So,
well, thanks. I appreciate you making me sound more important than I am again. But
yeah,
it is what it is. We like doing it. We have fun. We're just movie nerds. We love this stuff. So.
I know you're actually, what's interesting about you is, I mean, what you've done, what Genreblast has done has been really cool, because it's not only have you done the festival, but you're like, I also want to make shit too. So it's like, boom, let's put out a movie, and the perfect way to do it, let's do an anthology featuring people from previous, genre blasts. And then, hey, I want to do books. I'm going to write books, and then putting out books and stuff. All of it fits under the genre blast thing. So I've been taking a lot of notes out of your handbook in that regard as well. So
oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to see a novella from Jeff Frumess soon. I want to see what that looks like.
It's not. It wouldn't be a novella. It would be short stories, because I don't think I have the discipline for a novella. It would either be a really long novel, or it'd be a really short story.
As in depth as you go into film conspiracy theories, I think you'd be just fine writing a novella. I wouldn't worry about it.
As we've talked about, Nathan and I have talked about the writing process, privately and whatnot. It is very hard. It's easy to write a screenplay, comparatively speaking, because there's rules with screenplays. There's no rules. It's like literally having a blank piece of paper and being handed a writing utensil and writing and stuff.
You just have to keep the reader reading when it comes to prose. That's it. That's the only rule.
Right. That's what you've told me.
Just keep them reading.
Paul just got published on. Paul, what did you get published on? Paul got his stuff has been published recently.
Yeah, he's got a book coming out next year from D&T Publishing, which is the same publisher that put out my novella. It's like an in-between length novel.
Really cool.
Love Potion 666. So yeah, that's exciting. So congrats to Paul for that.
Yes, mazel tov. All right, so let's talk Genre Blast. So you got 99 shorts. Some of them are micros. This brings us back to the idea of they're so short, you could just throw them in there like they're you could just throw them in there like they're little grains of salt on a salad or something. That
little appetizers, little bacon bits. Yeah.
Yeah. I like, that's a better analogy than mine. So salt granules on a salad doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of having something really short, even if it's, let's say it's not, even if it's not as strong, if it's charming in some way, shape, or form, it's like, you know what? I got a little nook, little cranny, I can squeeze this in. I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to put that in, and get it on the ship. Cause it's like an airplane, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an airplane. Like, you can only weigh, your bag can only weigh so much. The plane can't take off if it's got too much weight on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm terrible at math, and putting schedule together is all about math and times and making everything fit. And it sucks because the schedule that I start with is never the schedule that I finish with. It's always got stuff on there that gets cut, and there's stuff on there that I add at the last minute because it fits time-wise. Mm-hmm. So if the filmmakers were like watching the schedule get put together, it would be like a nail biter, because you're like, oh, I'm on the schedule. Oh, now I'm not on the schedule. I wasn't on the schedule. Now I'm on the schedule. You know what I mean? Like,
that's scary.
It's a roller coaster. So they don't know what it takes to, like, the process. Like, this can fit here, this can fit here, all that stuff. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let's take a look here. Let me pop this back up. Let's take a look at, first of all, this is great art.
Oh, thank you. That's my sister designed the poster based on the art by Joey Souza. The vampire wizard fighting the alien vampire hunter cyborg that's drawn by Joey Souza, who did the cover for my short story collection.
I love this sort of.
And then Reagan kind of took that and designed the rest of it. So it looks fantastic.
Your sister is brilliant. I love her. I love her, the way she lays out stuff. She's very good. She has a very good eye. And she, that's what my film Gouge Away. I totally just, because it was premiering at Genreblast, I was like, all right, my poster is going to be pink on the background. It's going to be blue letters, just like Genreblast.
There's something about like neon pink. It just looks good, man.
Catches the eye.
Good. It really does.
Catches the eye. Yep, with the yellow. Yes. These three colors go together really well, and you got a bunch of great features. Well, by the way, can we officially, when it comes time to do the thing, can we officially discuss? Can we officially, you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah. What? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Just making sure. All right. So we got something called Cryptids here. Look at
Yes,
this
we got
poster.
the anthology Cryptids from
Oh
Zane
boy.
Hershberger, Justin Seaman,
Oh boy.
John William Holt, who directed the Dooms Chapel Horror, Robert Kuhn, who's a special effects artist, Billy Pond, who did Circus of the Dead, and Brett DeYager, who did Bone Jangle. So all the directors have done like low budget horror features before, and they're all coming together. Justin did The Barn and The Barn 2. Zane Hershberger did Forced to Fear. So these guys have been making movies for a while, and this movie's been a while in the making. They've come together, and each story is like a Tales from the Crypt kind of version of cryptozoology monsters, cryptids. There's
Mothman,
the Melonheads, Mothman,
Flatwood,
there's troglodytes, and just all kinds of crazy stuff in this one. The Loveland Frogman.
Love it.
So a lot of fun stuff. Joe Bob Briggs plays radio DJ who kind of does the wraparound story where he's doing a call-in show about cryptozoology, and
Perfect.
kind of intros each story. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really good makeup effects and gore. Lots of fun stuff in that one.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Then we got Murder Size. I've actually heard of this one.
Yes, Murder Size, directed by Paul Ragsdale and his wife Angelica de Elba. It's the first one that they've directed together, because Paul has directed some movies before, Slash Lorette Party, and
well, I love the pun on words.
Yes, Slash Lorette Party, Streets of Vengeance, which is kind of like girl gangs beating up on guys, and that was a really cool one. And then I think he also did one that was kind of like a themed, kind of holiday themed horror movie called Cinco de Mayo. So he's done a lot of really cool stuff. We've played his stuff before. We played Streets of Vengeance at Chad's Festival, Grindsploitation. I believe we played Slash Lorette Party there too. So this is the first movie from him that we're playing at Genreblast, and we're still trying to get him to come. He lives in California. He's still on the fence, but I think we're swinging it our way. So we're trying to get him to show up and hang out at the fest. This movie is just a retro throwback slasher movie. It's really funny. It's got some really funny dialogue and writing. It just, it's a really great cast. Ginger Lynn Allen is in it. She's a cult icon from the 90s, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of good looking women in there too. Let's not pretend.
Let's not pretend.
Let's not pretend. The premise is that they're making this exercise video for perverts. Basically, it's just you know what I mean. Like they're making it's an exercise video, but they're selling it to dudes so they can but the lead actress is taking it seriously, and this is her chance to like become something, as she comes from like a small town, and she's entered the world of filmmaking, as it were, quote unquote, and everybody else is a sleazeball in the movie, and then people start getting killed. It's really fun and very funny, and some of the dialogue exchanges, I was laughing out loud. So I'm looking forward for people to check this out. That's kind of like our midnight movie on Saturday, which is what you had last year. You had that covered midnight movie spot last year.
It's a great, it's a great honor. It's a great honor, and it looks like the perfect spot. This looks perfect for that spot, and I love the font here. The Murder Size font looks great. Both these posters, these are phenomenal posters.
Yes.
Next we have Live Screamers. Ooh.
Yes, Live Screamers is the sequel, but it is not a direct sequel. You don't have to have seen Live Scream to get Live Screamers. But if you have seen it, it'll add to it. So it's the second in the Live Scream series from Michelle Iantuono. This movie is a lot of fun. If you've seen Live Scream, the special effects and the video game design in this movie is a huge step up compared to Live Scream, which was already really cool. And it's about this group of kind of like Twitch style gamers that all have their own personalities and Twitch account video game channels. I tried to explain all this to Chad, and he had no idea what I was talking about. He's like, people watch people play games? What? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a complicated world we live in.
But if you like horror movies, you don't need to know anything about Twitch and gaming. You just have to know that there's a really compelling story here. It's a dynamic ensemble of characters, all kind of vying for attention, and they're playing this cursed game that their manager, their handler of the site, found on like a nefarious site, and it starts killing them as they're playing it, which is what happened in the first game too. But this is kind of amped up to even more kind of like manic level. But it's a lot of fun. It's got a great cast. Michael Smallwood, who's always great, is in it. Christopher Trindad, Ryan LaPlante, who's a friend of the fest, is in this one too. He does a really great job. Neoma Sanchez is really good in it. Maddox Julian Slide gives a great performance. Just a really good ensemble cast. So if you like video games and you like horror movies and you like people dying, this movie is for you. And this is a world premiere.
Oh boy! Now, why is a world premiere so important or coveted or appreciated at a film festival?
Because it has that feeling of exclusivity. It has that feeling of this is the first place that you can see this movie. Right. Now, Genreblast has never been like super covetous about world premieres. We're just kind of more of a happening. We're a gathering, a community of filmmakers and film lovers who are just kind of here to let's see what you got and let's all gather around the campfire and watch these movies. Now, if we can get a world premiere, that's awesome. And I always do try to get them, but I don't compete with other people for world premieres. If you want a world premiere somewhere else, I'm fine with that. I don't hold grudges like that. If we can, like I said, if we can get a world premiere like Live Screamers, that's fantastic. I'm just happy that they want to play with us. And people are going to really love this movie. Live Scream was a hit in 2018 in Genreblast. The theater.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. I saw Live Scream at 2018. I was there for that
Saturday afternoon matinee, and it was packed. Everybody kept coming up to me and saying how much they loved Live Scream. So, I mean, that year was a legendary year. You were there for that, Jeff. It was like Live Scream.
Man, was it a legendary year? Really?
Lieutenant Jangles was there that year.
Yes, I remember that
Cyborgs,
one.
Bong of the Living Dead. That was a killer lineup that year. I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday.
Right. The Ranger was there, I think, too, right?
Yeah. So the Ranger was there. So that was a heck of a year. And it's nice to have a kind of a revisit to that with Live Screamers. So I'm really excited about that.
Not only is there Genreblast, but we also have Waffle Blast, which is actually so hold on a second. Before we continue on, I want to make an announcement. I've actually commandeered and sort of like stolen Genreblast away from Nathan and made my own spin-off. I have a waffle festival at Genreblast. It's called Waffle Blast, and
that's hilarious.
So now, and there's nothing that anybody could do about it. It's just it's totally this thing that I made up originally by myself. That I am the founder of Waffle Blast, man. It's just
Waffle Blast. We had a blast last year. Didn't we hit it? We hit Waffle House twice last year. Was it Friday, Saturday night?
Maybe. I don't know. I think we did Denny's one of those times. Maybe it was 2 Waffle Houses.
I think Waffle House is the only thing that's open after like 11 o'clock.
Well, that's for certain. And I know that this year there will be another edition of Waffle Blast.
We're going to start handing out awards.
Yeah, no, completely original, unique waffle festival that takes place during the Genreblast Film Festival. And it only can happen after hours after Genreblast. It's called Waffle Blast. This is I guess technically we've done two and a half Waffle Blasts. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean chairs will be thrown. That's not true. Chairs won't be thrown, but I will tell you, there will absolutely be some sort of eccentric waitress that takes all our orders, the food.
One of us will be belligerently loud drunk. Another one will just be giggling the whole time. You know.
Yeah. We should so the awards this year. Okay. There will be awards this year. They will be little packets of like jam and butter. So that'll be the butter award and the jam award, and that's my jam. There'll be a butter award. Butter my buns is another one, and the judges have not yet decided who will be nominated. So to go back to what we were saying at the beginning, you asked me, you said, Jeff, why don't you do a festival? Nathan, it's already happened. We just didn't realize.
Waffle Blast is amongst you.
Waffle Blast. It's a thing. It's a spin-off. It is a spin-off waffle festival that happens at Genreblast.
That's where we're going to do the real awards when nobody's looking. Waffle Blast?
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Sorry, I just got a little lightheaded from laughing at that because that's exactly what happens. No, it's a lot of fun, and you should join us when we go to Waffle House at an obscenely late hour and eat food that is not good. The food at Waffle House is not good. It's like atrocious.
When we say obscene, we're talking about we're rolling up into the Waffle House at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, it's bad. And like I said, there's like an eccentric waitress who's like, she's kind of indifferent to us being there. Like, we're just a bunch of like film guys.
But we're always polite though. I want to
yes, so polite.
We're not douchey. We're super
not
nice.
Douchebags at all. No one's a douchebag. But
we might get a little loud joking around, but we're super nice.
Passionate about movies and things. But that's it. That's just the way it is. So, and listen, I had such a good time. I don't, generally speaking, there's a lot of different reasons to go to a film festival. Sometimes you go, if you have a movie, you go. And, also too, it's like, it's tough to go to festivals when you don't have something playing because, it's an investment of resources to go to a film festival if it's not like near you. But like, Genreblast and in general, there are these festivals where it's like, it doesn't matter whether you have something screening or not. You should just go and have fun and watch it and rub shoulders and this, that, and the other. And, that's the way of the world,
Hell yeah. So, it's an investment to go to a film festival. I know, because before I started this, I was doing I'm a screenwriter and a filmmaker too. And I got caught up in this Genreblast stuff, and we've been doing it for 8 years. But, it is an investment. I've been to Fantastic Fest. I went to Fantastic Fest in Austin in 2014 with Chad, and it was like not cheap. Yeah. It was a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But I still think about that festival and the memories from going there and seeing these awesome movies that I still talk about. Like that festival, as far as their programming, that's like my Mount Everest. As far as the movies that I want to see is Fantastic Fest. Like I wish I could go back. If I had another $1,500, I could drop on a trip. You know what I mean? Like I would go in a heartbeat. So
it's a good time.
It's a good time. I love film festivals. I feel like I don't want them to die. I don't know. I don't want to get too depressing, but with the way theaters are headed and film festivals aren't too far behind, I hope people keep this stuff alive.
Okay. So here's my, what's it called? Not rebuttal. My response. I guess it's a rebuttal. Here's my rebuttal to that. I think that the two are not mutually exclusive. And I think
necessarily, yeah.
I think that yes, everything you're saying about theaters is correct, and they are endangered, very endangered in a lot of different ways. But I think as long as you have DIY filmmakers and independent filmmakers and micro budget filmmakers out there making stuff that they want to get screened, they will put on their own. They will put on their own movie theaters, whether it means at a library or at a hotel in like a lobby or some shit, whatever. It will go on in some way, shape, or form. And, that's just as fun too. I've done stuff like that or been involved with stuff like that. And that's a good time, man. That's a really good time as well. So,
I mean, I think that's where a lot of this stuff needs to head with the way studios are going. Everything needs to go back to super independent, like real independent, not Miramax independent, like independent, underground, cult, low budget, DIY filmmaking is going to make a big comeback as far as notoriety is concerned. They're going to capitalize on what's going on. It's already happening, but it's always been there. But I think it's going to get a little bit bigger here coming up soon.
So I have a lot to say about that. But before we dive in, there's one thing that we need to acknowledge. It's a sticky situation.
Yes.
It's a very sticky situation. And you know what else is sticky? Nathan, do you know what else is sticky?
I believe it is riotstickers.com.
That's right. Stickers are sticky, and particularly Riot stickers are sticky. And we are here to announce something super, very important.
Yes.
Not only is Riot stickers, Sharpie Riot, aka Josh Grove, aka Sharpie Riot, CEO of riotstickers.com. Not only are they the official sponsor of the Frumess channel, I don't want to steal the thunder. Nathan, what would you like to say?
Riot Stickers is an official sponsor of the Genreblast Film Festival as well.
Oh,
and that is super exciting because they're super cool.
MG.
So you will see Riot Stickers stuff at the festival. You'll see their awesome commercial at the festival. We'll be plugging Riot Stickers hard, especially at Waffle Blast.
Yes, that's true.
They're sponsoring Waffle Blast too.
Of course, they're the sponsor of my Waffle Festival. Absolutely. My Waffle Festival. I was the one who I like totally commandeered Genreblast admitting to Waffle Blast. No, I'll be walking around probably with one of these stickers things tagged on me, and I'm going to wear my Riot Stickers t-shirt. And, here's the thing about Riot Stickers. So just take a minute to just talk about this because this is important. First of all, we have a special promotion at the Frumess channel. You can't get this deal anywhere else. It is an incredible deal. You can get 1,000 stickers for $79. That's 7 cents a sticker. Do the math. That's unheard of. You cannot find 7 cents a sticker. It's 3 inches by 3 inches, which is a little bit bigger than this. It looks kind of like this. It's more of like a square. And basically, look, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a band, if you are whatever you are, you need to have a place where you can represent your image. And you need to have it in a place that's going to be protected by the sun by a UV coating, that's going to be waterproof because it's printed on vinyl. This is your real estate. This is the perfect place to do that. Riot Stickers. And, there are so many filmmakers I know out there. We always talk about bands and music on here. Filmmakers, you can get really good stickers and postcards. Filmmakers love, what is the typical thing that filmmakers like to do at festivals? There's tables for it. What do they do to promote their screenings?
We have, most film festivals have a little freebie table where you can put business cards, postcards with your image of your film or your screenplay on there, and stickers, bumper stickers of all kinds, little mini posters, keychain, any kind of tchotchke you can think of, bottle cap, bottle openers, whatever. People will put that on the table with their film brand logo on there. Right. And I'm sure Riot Stickers can print on most of those things. Riot Stickers prints on all of that stuff. Yes. All of that stuff. They print, you see this banner behind me? They printed that. Okay. They do incredible work. And, again, the reason why you want to go with Riot Stickers over the competitors, besides the great value, is as follows. Sharpie Riot, he's an independent business owner. He's an independent minded guy. He cares about the independent artist and wants to work with you to represent your image in the best possible way that he can with his business. RiotStickers.com. Heck yeah. I love it. Let's play the video before we continue on here and talk about what you just brought up, because I have some things I want to say about that. Here is the 60-second video from the guy who sings from Less Than Jake.
We make stickers, banners, and buttons too, posters and promo cards. There's nothing we can't print for you. From stage backdrops to bass drum heads, we can print on shirts, we can print on hats, we can print on pants, cheap prices and high quality, quick turnaround times and free shipping. We also offer free artwork support, great customer service, and so much more. RiotStickers.com, Riot Stickers, we are the bomb. RiotStickers.com, Riot Stickers, we are the bomb. RiotStickers.com, Riot Stickers, we are the bomb. RiotStickers.com, Riot Stickers, we are the bomb.
All right, we are back, and there's one last piece of business that we did not discuss. I'm doing a t-shirt giveaway. That's right, folks. I'm giving away free t-shirts that will be printed by RiotStickers.com. And all you got to do is answer a trivia question. And guess what? He doesn't even realize that this is about to happen, but Nathan is going to come up with a trivia question that you have to answer at the end of the episode. So at the end of the episode, I'm going to ask Nathan to reveal his trivia question, and then you're going to send an email to FrumessMAIL@gmail.com. You know what? I'll let the handy video do the talking for me. I'm going to be doing a live show every single day. I'm going to be giving away a t-shirt. At the end of every episode, I will ask my trivia question. You will send your answer to FrumessMAIL@gmail.com, and the first person to answer correctly will be the winner. You give me your name, your address, and your t-shirt size. If you are outside of the continental United States, you will have to cover shipping and handling. Join us night after night where I will be doing t-shirt giveaways. Who doesn't like a free t-shirt? I'm not going to go easy on any of you. I'm going to ask really hard questions. So be prepared. All right. So Nathan, you're going to think of a question, right?
So is this a movie question or
anything? It could be anything. If you want to make it a movie trivia question, it could be that. It could be anything you want. And you know what? I'm about to give you a moment to think about it as I explain what I was going to explain before about the state of things going back to being independent. We are at a crossroads. I think that being an indie filmmaker, it's like this real crossroads right now where, you know, for some, not for all, for some, a lot of it has been playing catch up. Every time the goalpost is in sight of like, okay, all I got to do is make a film and then I got to do this thing and then my movie will get out there. The goalpost keeps changing. It keeps changing and evolving. Sometimes it happens in less than a year. Sometimes it happens in a couple of months. You know, you got Amazon Prime and then Amazon Prime goes out of style and then all of a sudden Film Hub, like all this stuff keeps changing. And all of it is leading to one of the following things. Take it easy, Paul. We'll see you at Genreblast. All of it is leading to one incredibly important notion, at least the realization that I'm coming to. And it is that in this day and age, I'm putting a couple asterisks here. If you are a self-financing filmmaker making a movie out of your own pocket and you go to incredible lengths to get your film made, there is no reason why you should not be self-distributing your own movie with all of the technology that is available, with the ability to, you know, put something out and retain the rights. There's no reason for you not to do that. If you are being an entrepreneur and going out there and making a film, why would you turn it over to a distributor? Like, why would you turn it over to a distributor if you're not going to get anything out of it, you know? And so I just think that there is a great wave coming. And I think you're going to start seeing very soon, you're going to start to see the rise of like basically what happened in the 80s with punk rock, where bands wanted to put out their own records, but could not get record deals, or record deals were not lucrative or something. And they were just putting out their own records and selling them. And that we're going to see a new era of punk rock filmmaking. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think so too. It's already happening. I do know some people that are already selling their movies themselves.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Brian K. Williams and Scott Shermer, they were selling stuff, their movies.
They were early. Yeah.
They were early. Jonathan Straighten sold Night is Something Strange on his own website. He was selling movies out of in his garage, you know, like he had all his stuff in his garage, just selling it on a website. So,
I mean, you have a label, you've started a label essentially as well.
Genreblast Books. I'm selling books from my house too. So, you know, we just started. I got a book for me, book from Chad. We got another one coming out that's from both of us. So yeah, I mean, it's all grassroots stuff. And I think you're right. Whatever you want to make, whether it's a book or a movie or a comic book, all you got to do is find the right people that want to do it. And you have the technology and the tools to go out and do it. There's no excuse anymore. And, you know, people are like, oh, well, you know, just because you can shoot on an iPhone doesn't mean you know, should. Don't listen to those idiots. Just go make your movie. You know, those are the people that want to criticize, and they're not supporting anyone's movies anyway. So why would you listen to them to begin with? So just go out and make your movie.
Absolutely.
Go out and make your webisode. Do whatever you want. Fail, succeed, do whatever you want. Yes.
And I will tell you that it's not concrete yet, but I am planning. I have invested time and resources into basically creating my own imprint as well. Frumess is not just a YouTube channel anymore. It is also going to be a physical distributor of books and no, sorry, Blu-rays, possibly some books if I can get these things written, and possibly some vinyl in the future as well.
That's great.
So we'll see. We'll see. But, I've had an LLC for a long time. And, I've made movies for incredibly small amounts of money. I don't see, there's no reason to go, if I've been so autonomous, there's no reason for me to go to a distributor who's not going to give me a minimum guarantee, which is a chunk of money up front for my film, who's going to tell me potentially that, it didn't make any money. And then I've gone to all this trouble to just give away my movie. I might as well, if I can do all that other stuff, why would I not also sell it myself? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. So
it really is.
Yeah. So God willing, I will have with me copies of my second feature, which is my first release, soon to be followed by 3 others. We have 3 other releases cooking in the background as well. I could say that.
Can you share any news on Gouge Away at all, or are you?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Gouge Away is. You know what? Fuck it. Should we just show the art? I just want to show the art.
It's your show, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your show actually, but
the movie's related to Genreblast, so
yeah. Good point. Oh shit, is it not on this? It's on my hard drive. I don't even have a screenshot of it. Damn it! Forget it, dude. I don't have. Wait. Actually, maybe I can get a thing. Hold on, real quick. Share.
So while you're looking for that,
go ahead.
For
Keep talking.
Genreblast, we got some other really cool features. I don't want to short shrift anybody. Pound Cake, directed by Owner Turkel, is a really funny kind of like serial killer.
Put that up. Here it is.
Yeah, serial
Owner's. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
It's about a serial killer that's only killing straight white guys, and like the meta commentary during the movie is like, who cares? Like. It's not a big deal. Like, who cares about straight white guys? So, but I mean, it's more than that. It's very funny. It's talking about everything that everybody's talking about right now, and that's why some people are going to hate it. But I think that if you have a sense of humor and half a brain, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty savage, but it's also pretty spot on too. It's not saying anything that it's not already out there, but it's saying it in a very funny, expert way. So yeah, and if you've seen Summer of Blood, Owner Turkel is
I
very
love
funny.
Summer of Blood.
He's
actually Owner has been on Pizza Punk. He's been on my show. There's a great 3-hour conversation about movies on my channel with Owner. That's
awesome. Yeah, he's super nice.
Serious. Yeah. Super nice guy.
Forever Home. This one people are gonna love. Forever Home. It is a kind of like haunted house horror comedy with heart, but the special effects in this movie are so well done. The acting is amazing. The screenplay is amazing.
I'm excited for this one.
I saw this at another festival in Ohio. I believe it was Horror Hotel, which I'm a huge fan of Horror Hotel. It's a super chill festival. Me and my buddy John Hale, who a lot of people probably know from Worst Laid
Shout out to John. Yes,
he saw it there too with our other GB homie Brian Nuri. We're all there watching Forever Home, and I was like, wow, this is really good. We have to play this at Genreblast. So luckily, the director, Sean Oliver, and the writer star Drew Latham were there at Horror Hotel. I was like, guys, submit. Like, here you go, submit, and now we're here. This is I believe this is the East Coast premiere of Forever Home. They're from Arizona. They played at a couple places. They played at the Phoenix Film Festival. Now they're here.
I'm sold on the name and the poster alone.
It's a double meaning for the house, because the plot is basically this newlywed couple. I don't know if they're newlyweds, but they're this cute married couple move into this house that they've been looking for their own house for a while. And once they move in, they realize that they cannot leave the house. They're like supernaturally connected to the house. They can't leave, but all the ghosts that live in the house too can't leave either. So they're both stuck with each other, and they don't know what to do with each other. And the ghosts range from terrifying to hilarious. There's like a hand ghost that comes out of a toilet that tickles people's bums. There's a really scary ghost that kind of is controlling everything, and you get to the bottom of that. But like every character in this movie, from like the nosy next door neighbor to the goofy psychic medium that shows up halfway through the movie. Like when these characters show you up, like, okay, this movie's about to get derailed by this terrible performance or whatever. Every single performance in this movie is spot on, and it makes the movie better and makes it funnier and more heartfelt. This is such expert filmmaking for this level. I mean,
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I was sold on the title and the poster alone. I was just like, all right, I'm in. So I'm happy about this.
Great film.
And then we have the Once and Future Smash. I'm very excited.
These guys.
I'm excited to see this one.
No,
I've heard good things.
Though. Michael and Sophia are longtime genre blasters. Michael J. Epstein and Sophia Coppola. Their double feature, Once and Future Smash and Endzone 2. I'm sorry, August Kane directed Endzone 2. I've been contractually obligated to say that August Kane is the real director of Endzone 2.
Don't get sued. Those guys, listen, they have been involved with lots of lawsuits, and
I don't even know if I can say that movie's name.
You can't talk about that other thing because it was ugly. I was involved with that one too. And litigious and ugly. Don't want to even talk about it. But this one, this looks interesting.
Sophia are responsible for restoring the lost film Endzone 2, and they have created a documentary around it called The Once and Future Smash.
Thank God they did this.
And I mean, and Bill Whedon and Michael St. Michaels. I mean, Bill Whedon has been in a bajillion movies, cult, low budget, underground films. He's funny as hell. And Michael St. Michaels, I mean, if you don't know him from anything else, you know him from The Greasy Strangler,
The Video Dead. The
Video Dead, and the Greasy Strangler is one of my 5 funniest films of all time, without a doubt.
I love it so much.
You know, it's so. I mean, I was wheezing for air laughing at that movie.
Oinker, I love your loafers. Thank you. I rented them. So
his monologue about how he hung out with Michael Jackson.
Yes,
and
amazing.
Is one of the funniest things ever. And tangentially, on Friday at 10 o'clock, which is shortly after Once in the Future Smash and Endzone 2 play, there's a short film called a Ben Evans film, and it stars Sky Elobar, who is the star of The Greasy Strangler so
Sky. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I hung out with both Michael and Sky at a so they had an early screening at the what the hell is it called in Brooklyn? The Night Owl? The what the hell is the name of the theater? It's a Bruin View like Alamo. It's called not the Night Owl. Why am I'm at a loss for words.
It's the Angelica Film Center, Jeff.
No, it wasn't the Angelica Film Center. But I've been to the Angelica as well. Amazing, hallowed grounds.
Yeah,
the Angelica, obviously. But all 3 stars were there, and we went to a greasy hot dog after party that was sponsored by Spectre Vision with the stars. I was hanging out with Sky and Michael St. Michaels. I had Michael St. Michaels. They both strangled me in a picture. Awesome. It was great. Great time with those guys. Excellent.
Very cool. Yeah, we're super excited about this movie. It's got a ton of people in the horror community. You know, Uncle Lloyd Kaufman's in it.
Oh, of course, Uncle Lloyd. Can't forget him.
Todd Farmer from Jason Act. I mean, like everybody's in it. Victor Warren from Friday the 13th. Like all the horror convention icons. Like because they filmed this at Mad Monster Party, I believe,
can't go wrong.
North Carolina. So there's a ton of convention people in this movie, providing their expertise on this lost Vietnam era cannibal football revenge movie, which is
oh my God,
which is a lost genre, which is an underappreciated genre.
Now let's talk about for a second what amazes me about this, and I mean they've done I've seen them they've been to a lot of festivals. What's amazing is that they've done something quite extraordinary in the sense that they've not just been selected for one movie, they've been submitting a double feature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
playing everywhere.
Like, what a crazy thing to do.
And trust me, I tried. You can't play one without the other. Like I'm like, I can't reject either one of these. Like,
yeah,
if we're gonna do it, we got to do both.
It's like a 2-hour thing, right? Like it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And I'm very excited. The concept is cool.
This is their opus magnum right here. This is like
the
most meta, and I mean that in the most flattering way. Meta commentary, like satire, comedy, mockumentary. Lost film, mashup, everything. It's so much fun.
I'm in.
And it doesn't overstay its welcome. The Smash is an hour and 25 minutes, and End Zone's an hour. So it's just like you get a little bit of break in between the two, and it's 2.5 hours. It's perfect.
That's perfect. Sounds like a grindhouse that actually runs smoothly. You know,
I don't know. What are you referring to? Because
listen, I love Grindhouse. I'm just saying that Grindhouse was 3 hours long, and if you saw Grindhouse on its opening night, like I did in 2007, you know, by the time Jungle Julia and her friends die, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and you have to like watch a brand new set of characters get introduced after you've watched a movie and a half. And I'm like, I was exhausted. I was like, I'm not a fan of Death Proof. That's what it is. I'm just not a fan.
I love Death Proof. Death Proof gets so much shit, and
it does.
You're entitled to your opinion, no problemo. But I love Death Proof. I love the dialogue. I love the characters. I'm a Tarantino fan. I'm not a fan of the person, but I love his movies. There's something about him. I love his movies.
He's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I love Tarantino. However,
does that mean that I hate Planet Terror? No, I don't. But
no, I love Planet Terror.
I can throw on Death Proof more than I can throw on Planet Terror, because Planet Terror is kind of like it's very funny, but there's something about a lot of Rodriguez's films that feel very gimmicky to me.
Well, here's the thing about Rodriguez. I love Rodriguez too for different reasons. I love him. But his movies there's not a lot of substance to the story. There's no substance. There's no
right. Rodriguez has the sizzle, and then for me, Tarantino has the steak. That's what you can dig into.
Which is why From Dusk Till Dawn, the true Grindhouse,
that's their true collaboration. Yeah,
that's the GOAT, because that's the proto Grindhouse, because the first half, literally the first hour,
is a Tarantino movie.
It's a Tarantino crime movie, and the second half, the last hour,
40 minutes is Robert Rodriguez balls to the wall.
It's Desperado in a fucking bar, except he's like, hey, let's add vampires to that.
Yes.
What a fucking movie!
That's
like,
when
what a movie.
And I do hold them both in very high regard, because
I like Grindhouse. I'm not saying I don't like it.
I was in high school, like I was in 10th, 11th, 12th grade when all those movies were coming out. Pulp Fiction,
right?
Desperado, From Dusk Till Dawn, Jackie Brown, all those. That's when I was formulating my movie tastes at that time.
Right.
So
right.
I was like, Desperado. This is this is a crazy ass action movie. Now they got a vampire movie, and by the way, I love that making of feature film.
Oh yeah, Full Tilt Boogie is so great.
Yes,
is so great, and that's actually. I'm going to segue into two things before we move on to our next movie, using that as the segue. That is what in addition to my first two features coming out on my own imprint, I have a third feature that was not intended to be a feature. It started off as a 45-minute at most making of the movie featurette. And the story it's not a unique story. It's a story that I feel is actually quite common. It happens to a lot of filmmakers, and it happened to a lot of filmmakers during COVID. But it was my story of starting one project that totally like exploded because of COVID, and then coming back a year later and finishing it as the sequel to the movie that it originally was. That entire story is being told. I don't know how long it's going to be. Right now it's about 70 something minutes, but it keeps building and building. So that will be the third release, and it's kind of like a Full Tilt Boogie a little bit in that kind of way. It's a making of, behind the scenes. It's got a little bit of everything. And that leads me into, we were talking about before, let me just show it real quick since we're here, and then we're going to move on. This is the art for my first feature, my second feature, my first release. This is Gouge Away.
Heck yeah.
And we are gonna hopefully have some of these at Genreblast. We'll see.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Please say they're coming.
We will see. And look, once again, yellow, pink, and the blue. It works.
Perfect for this year. This is the official film of Genreblast 2023. Gouge Away on Blu-ray.
Well, we have to add our Genreblast laurels. I totally forgot to put those on. So yeah, it's got to go as well. All right, enough about that. What did I? Oops. Let's get back our. Let's go on to the next movie. Here we go. Back to genreblast.com. Then we have this. Looks very interesting.
Oh man, are you coming in on Thursday?
No, my plan is to leave super early Friday and hopefully get in by Friday afternoon. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
So I'm sorry to be missing this.
No, because I think you would love this. It's like 10:30 on Thursday. This movie is so good. It's Kenichi Ugana is the director from Japan, and it's called Love Will Tear Us Apart. And it's about this young boy and girl who form this friendship, like amidst all this bullying around them. And she, an incident happens, a couple people are killed, and then she ends up growing up and living her life. And then all of a sudden the killings start all over again. And you get to find out like what really happened between them and what's really going on with these murders. And when I say murders, you're probably thinking like, oh, somebody got stabbed or somebody got pushed out of a building. Guts are on display. People are painted in red.
All right, now I'm upset. I'm missing this. This sucks.
This is a splatterific Japanese dark horror comedy drama. I mean, if you watch a lot of Japanese, you know that kind of pathos, mixed with histrionics, but also that really poignant stuff that punches you right in the gut, like with tons of gore and blood. This movie is so good. Don't sleep on this movie. Like, if you're there, Genreblast on Thursday, stay up till 10:30 to watch this. You will not be sorry. I promise you.
It's not hard to stay up till 10:30. That's not the hard one. The hard one is the 12. The midnight one is the harder one.
Yeah.
Those are always the hard ones.
Pound Cake is on Thursday too. So Pound Cake is
I'm gonna miss Pound Cake.
Yeah. So now Project Eerie. So who loves found footage? Raise your hand.
I know you love.
I love found footage movies.
You love that.
This movie is really good if you love found footage stuff. And Chad loves found footage too. But I love, and I'm not saying this is a bad one. I'm just saying I love found footage, even the bad stuff that you're like, all right, I get it. I will seek that stuff out on Amazon Prime and watch the hell out of it. Now, Ricky Umberger is the director of Project Eerie, and he created a trilogy of found footage horror movies called The Fear Footage, which some of you will probably heard of. It's on Amazon Prime. Chad and I played the first two Fear Footage movies at Grindsploitation. Super claustrophobic, super freaky found footage films. And this is his next one. It's not related to the Fear Footage. It's a different one. It deals more with like aliens and secret projects and stuff, like government experiments and stuff like that. Wrapped up in an anthology format like the Fear Footage stuff. So yeah, if you like really creepy alien abduction stuff in found footage form, this one will freak you out big time. So yeah, Project Eerie is where it's at. I love this movie.
It's a great poster. Great poster. Oh, they're using 1942. I know this font. I have that font. It's a good font.
It's very clever, actually.
Gorilla Dogs.
So Gorilla Dogs is from a team of filmmakers called BPO Films, and it's those three guys there: Ryan Lintner, Ben Deedles, who's been in a ton of Zane Hirschberger and Justin Seaman stuff. I think he actually has a small part in Cryptids as well, and he was in, I believe, The Barn 2 last year. So these guys have been making movies for a little while. They did a couple movies called Slaughter Drive and The Bergeron Brothers, which is like a wedding videographer mockumentary that is pretty funny. So this is the first time they've been at Genreblast, and they're bringing their kind of wartime slapstick, goofy comedy, wartime comedy, Gorilla Dogs, and that's playing Sunday evening. And it's a lot of fun. It's like these three bumbling privates that are kind of caught up in a guerrilla war between these two. Like the two sides are called the cause and the effect, and one of them is the cause are like super militant, kind of like Gilead kind of guys, and the effect are kind of like the guerrilla freedom fighters.
Good poll. You used Gilead. I knew exactly what you meant when you said that. So
exactly, and they're put in charge. Their sergeant kind of puts them in charge of a high value POW to ransom him. and they're just just bumbling fools, and it's very funny. It's a lot of I can tell there's probably a lot of improv in here, but it's well done. They're charming, goofy, funny guys, and I think you get a couple beers in you, I think you're going to enjoy Gorilla Dogs. It's going to be fun.
I'm surprised that they're not doing some sort of hot dog tie-in. That's I keep thinking about hot dogs.
Well, you haven't seen the menu yet, Jeff.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. What is future Smash going to be? I can only imagine.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Okay. We have a James Fox film, and that name sounds familiar to me because James Fox was on the very second episode, the second episode of Real 96 podcast, which I desperately miss. Like
I'm bringing it back.
I'm waiting, dude. We have not completed the saga of Tom Arnold.
I have a dozen episodes that I still haven't posted yet. I did a whole episode on Muppet Treasure Island with Tim Tromner.
I don't. Oh, that is okay. Especially with Tim and his puppets. By the way, Tim will be there. Tim, we love Tim. Tim has some shorts that. Can we just talk about Tim's shorts for just a moment?
Oh my God, Tim is a genius.
He's so a genius.
Funny, and I read he submitted a script this year called Far and Duvet, and I laughed so hard reading this. And he had one last year that was not necessarily a Tim Tromner script, but it was so good. It was called Surprise Baby Shower.
I remember hearing about that one.
That's a savage little short screenplay. It's really, really good. I hope he starts making, because he's been making like a lot of little short stuff, kind of like for Stevens Festival and stuff, and that's all well and good. But he needs to start making like more short films, like the Pikmin model, the Pikmin method, and like Swole Ghost. I want to see another like 10-minute short from Tim Trommer. Soon.
What I want is I want him to make like 10 of those and then save them up and then string them together so we could have an anthology like Tim Fest, like just for
I'm hoping he does this Far in Duvet because I think he can do it. And it's all about a guy who gets trapped in a duvet when he's trying to put it together.
I'm going to tell you something. If I still lived in Chicago, I don't live there anymore, but I used to live in Chicago. And if I knew Tim when I was living in Chicago, Tim and I would be making a movie together. Hands down. I could say that. I haven't even, I never said that to him, but I just know hands down that he and I would just like get on it and just make something really fun.
Heck yeah.
I wish.
He's so creative. Yeah,
he really is. Okay, so we have James Fox's Crypto Shadows.
Yeah, Crypto Shadows is kind of like a sci-fi techno thriller about this young kind of like computer hacker programmer, and she sees a pattern in this cryptocurrency that could lead to the truth about her grandfather and this weird goings-ons. So if you like paranoid kind of conspiracy thrillers, and it's a one-woman show, Michaela is it. She's the only person in the movie.
What?
As a character. I mean, there are like very tertiary characters and some phone calls and stuff, but she's the star of the show. It's all her. So she does a great job. And it's a good little thriller.
You have a really great vocabulary. You know that? You've used several words tonight that like I'm kind of I'm trying to remember what they were. But tertiary, what a great word.
Well, I studied the dictionary, and I got to learn new words if I'm going to keep writing. I don't want to repeat myself.
Hey, you know what they say about writing too? They say if you want to be a good writer, do two things: read a lot of books and write every day. You got to do it.
I don't feel like that when I'm writing, Jeff. I'm like, I don't know any words. These words are dumb.
Right? It's like the ball rolled down the hill. You know what happens? You know what honestly happens sometimes? You'll be writing, or I'll be, let me speak for myself. I'll be writing, or as I'm trying to write this story, I'll be writing and I just put so many fucking not adjectives. Like I have so much information that I want to convey. And like, I blink my eyes and go, whoa, that is the longest run-on sentence. Cause it just flows like a faucet. Then I go, that doesn't work. That needs to be broken up and possibly, reconstituted. What's going on, Matt? How are you? It has to be reconstituted. That's tough. That's a real tough thing.
It's very tough.
Nathan. Not easy.
I sometimes you sit down and write a bunch of bullshit and none of it works. until you get to one paragraph, and then you just delete everything else and you keep that paragraph, and then you go from there. So
sure.
you know, or sometimes you'll just get frustrated and you just write a bunch of stuff and you don't like it and you just put it away, and then come back a couple weeks or months later, you're like, hey, this isn't really that bad.
You let it cook.
This. You
gotta let it cook.
Even though it wasn't what you were looking to write, it can still be good.
By the way, I love starting shows at 8:30 and not like 9:30, 10, even though that's like the most convenient time. It's just so nice to do an early show. Love this.
That's very nice.
I know what this is. I recognize this because I've seen it already.
Which one is it?
This is Fat Fleshy Fingers, right?
Yeah, that's right. I was just testing you to see if you knew which one it was.
Yeah, no. I was a backer. I supported this movie. And
so Fat Fleshy Fingers. I'm gonna get on Steven because they don't have an actual poster, like poster.
What? Come on, Steven.
Fat Fleshy Fingers, produced by Steven Still. You'd think he'd want to have that, but it was either this or a picture of a guy picking his nose, which was on Film Freeway. So
right.
I figure people would like this one a little bit better. All you gotta do is slap Fat Fleshy Fingers on there and put the credits at the bottom. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
this is another anthology, just like Cryptids. We're playing 2 anthologies.
Right. That's right.
This one is playing Friday night at midnight, so you'll be here for that.
Oh boy.
Yes. This one is gross. There's a reason we're playing it at midnight. This is some gross stuff, but it's really funny and weird and out there. This would be like if, like, I don't know, like Louis Buñuel and like David Cronenberg and Hodorowski and all these crazy filmmakers got together and made this acid-induced anthology about these these parasitic worm sex toy dildos that come out of
perfectly
people.
Perfectly said.
And cause all these hallucinations, and it's crazy. It's just there was one segment near the end where I was eating and I almost vomited. And good for them. That's on me, not on them.
By the way, I have to tell you that reminds me of Michael J. Epstein's beard, because we're going to take cultures from the beard and we are going to seed chins with those cultures. And before you know it, we're going to be profiting big time. It's going to be a big time profits. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And there are so many shorts that we literally it would be impossible to sit
99 shorts. Yeah.
99 shorts.
Well, we forgot about the zombies from Chris McEnroy's playing. That's a fun one.
Oh, excited for that.
His stuff, death metal and We Summoned a Demon and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like We Summoned a Demon. That's a good one.
So yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff playing. Tim Trauner has 2 films, Poison Controlled and Mayo Choco Nightmare. Travis Kierman has got Demon for Hire. Brooke Sellers is Violet Butterfield, makeup artist for The Dead, is playing. I mean, there's so many good films playing all weekend. There's shorts blocks. We're playing shorts in front of features. There's shorts everywhere. They're like barnacles, but good barnacles.
The type of barnacles that have tasty meat inside that you pry open and find tasty morsels, and they don't get caught in your teeth, and they're wonderful. That's the type. They're those kinds, and it's just gonna be a good all around time. I really am excited for this year. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is the drive. The drive is always what
is it, about 5 hours?
For me, it's 5 hours. It's actually, the drive there is fun because you're looking forward to getting there. It's the drive home. I'm not gonna lie, literally the worst thing ever is the drive home, because
you gotta stay Sunday night and leave Monday morning.
Well, that's really hard. It's always very hard logistically.
I know.
So what ends up happening is I have to leave way earlier on Sunday than I intend to, because last time we left too late and we got home super late. But we didn't want to miss you. I felt like it would have been rude to skip out right at the moment when everybody else is in the lobby. Your movie was playing, even though I had seen it already. And I just wanted to be in the screening to show solidarity, because that's important.
Well, you just stay even later this time. That way, when you get home, it's morning. And then
okay, I like your logic. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just power through it.
That's a good one. No, it's gonna be. Listen, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. The tickets are available now. They're $65. There's always lots of cool merch. There's themed food, and it's just going to be a lot of filmmakers talking shop, bipping and bopping. Tell me, Nathan, have you seen Project Greenlight at all?
I haven't seen the new one. Have they done one since what, 10 years ago?
They just did a brand new one, and it might be the most important one of all. And not for the reasons that they think, although
Better
those
than
are
the John Gulager season.
Actually, that's okay. So first of all, I think that's the best film to come out of Project Greenlight, hands down,
by far.
Hands down, number one. Number two, I love John. I think
he's a
Stolen
awesome
Summer's
dude. not better than is that Stolen Summer? And then
that was the first one, and then Battle of Shaker Heights was another one.
What was the one they did? That was the last season. It was like 5 or 6, 7 years ago.
That guy was a goofball. The guy who wanted to shoot on film.
Bruce Greenwood was in the movie. It was like about the family.
Yeah, and he wanted to spend $300,000 extra on film.
He was out of his mind. And
he was out of his mind.
Liked him.
Nobody liked him. Okay, so this one, without no spoilers, but I will just say what I realized about what this made me ultimately realize about Project Greenlight is that if you pick the right person for the job, then you're going to have a very boring TV show. You need to they don't pick the right person. They pick the person that's going to potentially create the most friction and conflict because it's going to make the show interesting. And that's good for the TV, but it's bad for the movie. So it's this weird paradox of a reality show about trying to make a movie and trying to make a good movie, but snatching defeat from the jaws of victory because we're going to pick someone that's problematic. And the stakes were high because this one was all about diversity and representation. And, they really shit the bed in many ways, but they created the best episode of TV for that. I want to
watch. Okay, so IFC did this show this is so long ago. It was called Film School. Did you ever see that?
Never saw Film School.
Okay, so it's like 2004, 2005-ish. That was a good show because it was like they took NYU student film projects and they followed them around as they did it. And it was like, I kind of like that a little bit more than trying to like film a dumpster fire. You know what I mean? I just want to see them and the challenges they run up against trying to make these movies. And then kind of at the end, they go into the room where the teachers are and they critique their movies and they just tear them apart. Like, because these teachers are just savages. They have
they are
whatsoever.
Film school teachers are savages, and yes, they are.
It's worth it just for that because these college filmmakers are in tears, after they made their proudest achievement, and their teachers are just like, meh.
Where is that available? I really want to watch it.
I think IFC put it out on DVD. I don't know if you can still watch it streaming or anywhere. But
I gotta look for it.
I used to have that on DVD and Table for Five. Do you remember that show?
I remember Table for Five. It's kind of like the Hollywood round table thing that they have now. And then there's also, I've never seen, I saw Robert Rodriguez make his movie Red 11 or whatever. But there's the one there's this also the original one, the first season of Rebel Without a Crew that I've never seen, but I know all about it. I've still not yet gotten a hold of it and watched it. I want to watch it.
Do you know Josh Stifter?
Of course I know Josh. Josh played with
you were there.
Good Exorcist played with Romeo's Distress at I've been on his show. Yes, I know Josh. That's what I'm saying. I've still never seen it. I want to see the show.
Love Good Exorcist. It was fun.
Yeah. So let's wrap things up. This was really informative. Learned a lot of things about all the movies that are going to be playing, or some of the features at least. And I'm stoked, man. I'm really stoked. And like I said, everybody is invited. The only thing you have to submit to Waffle Blast is a desire to be up at 2 a.m. I'm going to make an official post about this on Facebook. I'm going to officially announce Waffle Blast 2023. All you need is a smile and a willingness to go to Waffle House. We have to go to Denny's in the morning too. Like it's not complete.
Oh, in the morning. That's Chad's bag. If you want to go somewhere in the morning, you ask Chad. I do not get up in the morning.
What are you talking about? We go to Denny's. I'm talking about when we go to Denny's the next day. I don't know if that's in the morning. I'm talking about Denny's. When we
can go to Denny's. Like, well, I got a film festival to run, Jeff. I can't just leave whenever.
Yeah, you can leave. Let's just go to Denny's. It'll be great. It'll be a good time.
We'll make something happen.
Right,
during Friday during the day.
Good. All right. Peace and hair great. Wait a minute. Whoa. We forgot to ask the question. Perfect time. Let's ask the question.
All right.
So once again, here are the rules. Let me play. I'm going to be doing a live show every single day. I'm going to be giving away a t-shirt. At the end of every episode, I will ask my trivia question. You will send your answer to FrumessMAIL@gmail.com, and the first person to answer correctly will be the winner. You give me your name, your address, and your t-shirt size. If you are outside of the continental United States, you will have to cover shipping and handling. Join us night after night where I will be doing t-shirt giveaways. Who doesn't like a free t-shirt? I'm not going to go easy on any of you. I'm going to ask really hard questions. So be prepared. All right. Are you ready for your question?
Yes. You want me to just say it?
Yeah, just say it. Go ahead.
All right. In the movie Predator 2, what role was Arnold Schwarzenegger originally supposed to be?
Oh, that was a perfect fucking question.
Just name the actor who was in that role instead.
There you go. That's all you got to do. That's a question. And also, Predator 2, literally Lethal Weapon and Predator combined. The first
Predator.
No, it's true. If you take Predator and you take Lethal Weapon and you combine them together. By the way, both movies produced by Joel Silver. Both movies star Danny Glover.
In the same universe. I would like to see Lethal Weapon and Predator 2 combined cinematic universe with Danny Glover playing Lieutenant Harrigan and Sergeant Murtaugh.
I mean, he literally is Harrigan is Murtaugh, but
yeah,
whatever.
Basically.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my grand epiphany last time I watched Predator 2. Okay. Thank you, Nathan. We'll see you all next time. We'll probably do this next year as well as we get ready. That's what we do. Peace, hair grease. Nathan will be back probably when some movie comes out that we want to discuss.
We can do a post GB kind of like debrief if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. We should do that. That's a good idea. Hold on 1 second. Let me see how this ends because this is friggin'.
Oh, I'm closed up. Hello.
Did that end? There we go.